Please welcome back to the stage Robin Tran, Megan Gailey, and Brendan Scannell. Okay, no, I'm happy for wherever you're happy. You could have sat by me as well.
It's not a personal thing. I'm sorry.
Okay. And now for a segment we call Hot Takes. You know how it works. I spent a week frustrating the staff of the show by acting like it's the very first time we've ever had to do this show. And they punish me by making me say things that are terrible. We'll each have 30 seconds to defend a never-before-seen horrible opinion as if it were our own, and we each get one skip, but the skip may lead to something worse. Are you ready?
Yeah.
So ready.
No skips.
First up, Guy Branum is funnier than I am. That I will happily take. Guy Branum is funnier than I am. He is a lawyer, and he has read the books. He's read them. He knows all these books, and he just brings them up in casual conversation, and not in a frustrating way that's like, we get it, you read, but like with smart points that draw on a lot of different and disparate kinds of histories because he's read all the books. And he does that by being funnier and sharper than I am, and he did a great job hosting the show, and we're grateful to Guy Branum for stepping in when I was sick. He did an amazing job, and it is true that I text pretty regularly afraid that I'm going to be sick because of Jewish anxiety, but this was the first time he actually had to do it in a very long time, and I'm really grateful to Guy, and he's funnier than me.
I disagree. No.
Let's see what's next. Oh, Robin, this is for you. Twitter is actually the only place online to have a real substantive conversation.
Oh, jeez. Well, I just think the marketplace of ideas, much like the invisible hand, are the cornerstones of this wonderful nation. Since 1776, when we wrote the one of those documents. It is the debate is the only thing that can stop genocide.
Wow. Really, really powerful.
Good point.
Really powerful and important.
That part.
And listen,
We're supposed to defend things that we don't agree with, right?
I'm kidding. Just so important. I just think sometimes we just need to take a moment and remember that 1776 was the year we wrote one of the documents. All right, let's see what's next. Mike Pence represents everything I love about the state of Indiana. Brendan.
I'll tell you this. Mike Pence does represent everything I love
And me too.
Megan
Both
loves
Hoosiers.
about the state of Indiana. And I'll tell you what. White hair, white skin. One whiter than the other. Also, maybe being a little gay, but not really talking about it. You guys out in California, you love to be like, I'm non-binary and I'm queer. We're that in Indiana. We just don't talk about it. So why don't you shut up and take your gender and keep it to yourself?
Wow. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. That was really powerful as well. Jeff Saturday was a stain on the Indianapolis Colts franchise. Good riddance to him.
I love all the Indiana content. I fully agree with this already. Though. Well, no. Okay, as a player, he was great. You guys are like, we did not come here to hear about sports. He was lovely as a player. There's this very funny video. I encourage you to look it up. Peyton used to get really mad. Peyton Manning, I call him first name. And he would go on the sideline and yell at people. And at one point, he went over to Jeff Saturday during a game and goes, "Stop calling plays!" And then Jeff Saturday became the coach who called plays, and they were all terrible. But I did get to watch the Jeff Saturday Colts beat the Raiders, and I did not die. And that's a testament to how far Raiders fans have come. Can I tell a tiny Mike Pence anecdote?
Please, you have to. Because I don't know who the fuck Jeff Saturday is.
I know.
He's Bob Friday's brother.
There's always just like some sports godfather who's watching over me to make everyone at Crooked angry. So my mom went to a dinner recently in Indianapolis, and she had this delicious Irish soda bread, and she asked for the recipe, and they go, "You're not going to like this. This recipe came directly from Mike Pence's mother." 1 degree of separation. So I went Mike Pence's mother to this woman to my mother's mouth.
Doesn't he call his wife mother?
Yeah,
though?
so that's the thing.
Who
That's
could
what
it be
my
from?
mom goes. I don't even know which
woman made this?
which lady it was. And then, but my mom did say, "I do not want it, and I'll find my own Irish soda bread recipe." Peggy, progressive Peggy.
Can we that's interesting to me. Because what she did not hurt Mike Pence's mother, but did stop her from having a great recipe for Irish soda bread.
But like she has enough Irish soda bread recipe. You know, like it's the same way that you have enough green chairs. Like there's enough.
It's just soda and water,
when
John.
you looked around for something to say we had enough of, I was like, what is it going to be?
Candelabras. People sitting on stage pretending to be working. You know.
Fox News needs to win their suit against Dominion voting systems. We can't have every ridiculous partisan media company out there getting punished for giving their audiences what they want to hear. Let's see what's next. I may come back to this, but I just want to see what my alternative is. I skip. MTG is right. Let's split this baby. If you know in your heart a relationship needs to end it. Oh, I don't know that I agree with that. I think sometimes it's really important, if something isn't working, to hunker down because eventually we are all going to die. And I don't think people forget that sometimes. You know, when they like jump out of something that isn't working, don't. 40 years, when you turn 40, you realize 40 years is not a long time. Thank you.
You look great, John.
Thanks, Brendan. I did that in 20 seconds. Let's see what's next. Sopranos is the most overrated show in HBO history, nay, television history. Robin, take it away.
You know, I'm watching The Sopranos. I think it's going to be a show about fucking the mob, right? This woke fucking show. He's talking to a therapist. This fucking cuck mob leader, right? I'm trying to enjoy a show, and then season 6 comes, and there's a gay dude kissing a guy. When I'm watching a mob show, I want to see some innocent people get shot in the head for no reason at all. That, to me, is some real Italian
What?
culture.
Ba-ba-boom.
Fuck The Sopranos.
That was great. But when I was a kid, every once in a while I'd watch an episode of The Sopranos with my father, and there were two kinds of episodes of The Sopranos. Ones that had a lot of bang, bang, blood, blood, dead, dead, and then the ones that were the most beautifully written explorations of like family relationships, the nature of dreams and longing, beautifully written stories that existed in a little capsule. And after those episodes, my dad would just go, if a car rolled over a fucking a mobster's head, A plus 10 out of 10. Tony exploring a dream world, thumbs fucking down. No, every goddamn time. Let's see what's next. Factory farming is good. Fuck those chicks. Brendan.
I don't even know what that means.
You can skip.
Next, skip.
Angela Bassett did the thing. Viola Davis, my woman king. Blanche Kate, you're a genius. And Jamie Lee, you are all of us.
I loved that, Brendan.
I loved Ariana DeBose's performance at the BAFTAs, and I'll tell you why. Theater kids for too long have been celebrated for being cool. Theater kids have been told that they can sing. Theater kids have been told that they are multi-hyphenates and multi-talented. And the truth is that is the pinnacle of what your musical theater degree gets you. Derision, shame, and just utter banality, unoriginality, and
what?
And that's why I loved it.
And that's why I loved it. That was all. Thank you, Brendan. Thank you for sharing that. Let's see what's next.
Okay, wow.
It says Candace was completely in the right to call out Giselle's dwindling uterus. What?
This is a
Megan?
The thing is, someone on staff is a hero. This is a reference to the Real Housewives of Potomac. Does anyone? Are there any Housewives watchers? Okay, great. We got a scarf with a raised hand and a woo woo. Okay, so Candace, it is with an I that was missed in the spelling of this. Candace, so Giselle came for Candace's white husband who does speak in a black accent, so I am on that side. I mean, I'm on Jill's, I'm just, she didn't even come for the black accent. She was like, you came into a hotel room and made me uncomfortable. I'm like, can we talk about his speech pattern? Like, that is making me uncomfortable. And then Giselle did have to have a hysterectomy unrelated to the husband, and Candace did say your dwindling uterus, and it's lyrical, it's not nice. And it's evil, but it was better than the BAFTA rap.
And that's so true. Thank you.
I just don't know why somebody with an Oscar was doing something so stupid. Once you make it, it's like, what are you doing? Like, you have the statue.
So unfortunately, you get into these award shows, like you go into a room in a basement, and there's 8 of you, and 7 of them smell bad, and then you go, we're gonna write this really, really funny thing, and then you're ordering Yard House, and you're ordering Sweet Green, and no one is coming in and checking your work, and then it's showtime, and you go out, and you guys all think it's really funny. We saw the warm up today when everyone's like, slay, iconic, and then you need to test it, and they didn't test it, and so that's why farming chickens are
chicken
good.
better. Yeah, I'm gonna one up you. I went to the MTV Music Video Awards that Katy Perry hosted, and she bombed in the room. She bombed in the room. I was also at the NBA All-Star game where Fergie did the national anthem.
Yes!
I was in the room.
Oh, that's a good one.
That played in the room.
Yeah.
You never know what's going to play in the room and not play on TV. And that's why, Ariana, I defend her.
Well, when I was a kid, our school took us on a drama class took us on a field trip to see a taping of City Guys, which was a show for teenagers and children. And whenever we wouldn't laugh, they would yell "cut," and they would say, "You laugh or else you can't go home." So now when I watch Saved by the Bell, I can hear the sound of laughter from children who just want to go home.
Yeah. And that's showbiz, baby.
I went to a taping of Saved by the Bell, the new class, and they had to keep cutting because Principal Belding was on a stationary bicycle, but he was pedaling so slowly, the director thought it was distracting. So they were like, "Cut! Come on! You got to move the pedals a little bit more."
Hey! What is going on here? No, I'm sorry. Thank you.
I just want to also say that I didn't know that you could say "laugh" or "you don't go home."
That's what I say every night before bed. I don't know what that means.
More like his brother Mike Friday.
You gave me a day's notice. I haven't been on stage in 6 weeks.
And you crushed.
Yeah, you're doing amazing.
Hey, you're doing great.
I had a bubbly rosé
I
backstage.
know. At this point, I feel like we should let them leave and just keep this going.
You're free to go. We're going to chat. All right.
I saw Mr. Belding pull his dick out.
All right. Well, let's end it. Robin, what do you think? Do you have any more things we got to cut? You want to end? You guys want to go home?
By the way, I'm completely sober because I'm a professional. Just to let I'm kidding.
And I think that's a perfect place to leave it. Thank you so much to Brendan, Robin, and Megan. Thanks for coming out, and have a great weekend.